Hello everyone, and welcome back to Age of Mythology Divine Edition. Today, in honor of the recent patch, we're going to be taking a look at the Shoggoth, new and improved. The Shoggoth is now the most powerful trainable myth unit in the entire game by a significant margin. And I'll show you just how strong it is by making it fight 50 spearmen, all by itself.
Into you. Into you. Into you. At you.
The Shoggoth has multiple special abilities. The first one is driving nearby human units insane. This affects entire groups of human units and can be absolutely devastating. Next ability, every time the Shoggoth deals damage, it heals. The next thing is, as you've seen already, it does splash damage. Now, the fact that it does splash damage means that the DPS here, 60 DPS for Crush and 100 DPS for Hack, are actually wrong. You should divide all of these numbers by 2.5 to get single target damage. But, as you can see, this is a beast of a unit. 8 population cost. It has a maximum of 2,500 hit points, but it only starts with 1,250. Because it can heal all the way up to max if you let it attack things, though the Shoggoth cannot heal naturally. So you can't heal it with a healing spring, you can't heal it with a priest, you can't heal it with Hasta's healing blood. You can just only heal it by having it attack things. Buildings work especially well for this, because buildings don't attack back. Also, buildings tend to have a lot of HP, and the more HP the thing has, the more HP the Shoggoth can gain from it. The cost is also egregious. Many myth units will cost half as much of this when we're talking about the mythic age. Even some of the most expensive, like the Chimera, it's roughly 2 to 1. So with 2 Chimera, you can afford 1 Shoggoth and a bit. You can make the Shoggoth cheaper using one of Cthulhu's technologies, and you can also make it a bit stronger using one of Cthulhu's technologies, though it does not have a specific upgrade, because it's already strong enough. 70% pierce armor is fantastic, 45% hack armor is mediocre, and it has fairly high crush armor for a myth unit, meaning that even other myth units have to have a decent anti-myth unit bonus in order to do a lot of damage. Worth noting, though, is the Shoggoth will lose if we, say, fight 2v1 with a Chimera. And it loses convincingly. If they were Chimera Tyrant, it would be an even shorter fight. That being said, though, like we saw before versus the 50 Spearmen, the Shoggoth is almost invincible when fighting large groups of human soldiers. This can be expanded even further by using the Voice of Cthulhu. The Voice of Cthulhu is probably the most powerful voice in the game, and even though it is physically rather frail, and units that close in on it will quickly deal a large amount of damage, we can see that its special ability, which is to blast away enemy units, synchronizes very well with the madness effect of the Shoggoth, because the maddened units are then tossed away from the Shoggoth, where they won't attack the Shoggoth by default, and the Shoggoth won't have a chance of accidentally attacking units that are just insane and doing whatever they want. So if we have 100 spearmen, they get blasted away, madness takes effect, affects them further away, and they immediately turn upon their allies. And even though the voices get taken out pretty quickly because they are archaic age voices, we see that the damage has been done. The majority of the spearmen are dead, and the Shoggoth will very shortly make quick work of them, healing by a substantial amount each attack just because of how many units are crammed around it. In other words, with any type of reasonable army composition, do not use human soldiers against the Shoggoth. It will not end well. It is not a good idea. Myth units, yes. Heroes will absolutely slaughter the Shoggoth. Even though it has fairly fairly high pierce armor, even ranged heroes can do pretty well against the Shoggoth because its base HP isn't very good. The main tankiness of the Shoggoth comes from when it's attacking something. And if that something is a hero, so it's not doing very much damage, well, the Shoggoth is going to die pretty quickly. The Shoggoth is also difficult to micro because it is about the size of a Titan, width-wise, and it has very low speed. It only has 2.8 speed. This can be improved with certain technologies, but not by much, because the Eldritch don't have a lot of technologies that directly boost all myth units. All of them, I think, Cthulhu, and those don't improve speed. But with decent micro still, being able to retreat from battle, come around and attack from another side, or just having a Shoggoth show up and siege down an enemy town center because there's no way that villagers are killing this thing once it gets onto someone's town center. Like, that is just an impossibility. Villagers cannot do enough damage to prevent the Shoggoth from healing off of them. You can end up with a 2,500 HP Shoggoth that has just ate its way through an entire town center, a bunch of farms, and all of the villages in the area, showing up to a battle. And that, at least against the AI, is extremely powerful. I have no idea if a human player would be able to focus fire down the Shoggoth. And of course, if you see the enemy go through Cthulhu, there is a very easy solution to the Shoggoth problem, and that is any one-hit kill myth unit. For example, the Shoggoth problem has been solved. So don't go up through Cthulhu if the opponent could go up through something like Osiris, or Hera, or, I guess, even Atlas, I suppose, although the Argus ain't exactly a particularly good unit. All in all, that is the main counter to the Shoggoth. Instant one-hit kill myth units. It serves a similar role to the Colossus, although instead of sieging down buildings, it sieges down human soldiers. And it does a decent job against buildings as well. The population cost is huge, the actual cost is huge, but it is cost efficient against basically everything in the game that is not a hero or a particularly powerful myth unit. It is also just a very cool unit. You put one of those things in your army, now it has to be respected. Plus, the madness thing is just cool. Like, you send in a whole bunch of soldiers, they immediately go insane just by standing next to this thing. Very fun. Anyways, though, hope you enjoyed. Not too many of the specific unit videos I'll make about this patch, but the Shoggoth definitely deserved one. Anyways, have a good one.